What's up, everybody? Just like the title suggests, this is going to be a very interesting type of a deck profile. It took a long time to make this consistent, properly balanced, so let's try to get into it. Took a lot of time and a lot of testing, and so yeah. So basically, you want to play two Nekroz of Valkyris. It's your battle fader, it's your draw power. It's pretty much what you need to protect you, especially if you can't make a play, assuming you have this in your hands. Next, really glad we got this back at 3. Nekroz of Bryonic. It basically searches your cards, searches your Nekroz ritual monsters, everything that you really need. Next thing of all, pretty much one of the best cards in the deck, Nekroz of Unicorn. I hope one day we get this back at 3. Basically, negates the effects of extra deck monsters, especially if you're in a jam against your opponent and they're link summoning like there's no tomorrow, you're going to need him. Next thing of all, would have liked to have played a third one, but I couldn't justify it. Nekroz of Colossalus. Basically, it's your search power for your Nekroz spell cards. Really, really good card. Next thing up, one Ruin and one Demise. Not the old ones, the new ones. I would have liked to have put a second one in, but basically these cards stop attacks and stop effects. If you get them onto the field, especially if you have another ritual monster, chances are you're probably going to win. I can't see any reason why you would actually lose if you have this card and maybe like something like a Valk, or assuming if you actually want to play this card. Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, one of the best cards in the deck, maybe the best card, especially if you want to go for an OTK. It's basically everything you really need. If you get one of these, if not both of them, and this card on the field, yeah, you're pretty much going to win. Next, one of each Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon and the vanilla Blue Eyes. I couldn't find a reason to actually put a second in. My last build I had one of each, but there's no room for this sort of thing, so I wanted to try to keep this as properly balanced as possible. Next, 2 Gale Doggeras. Don't play a third, it's not needed. Basically, pay 3,000 life points, you send a monster from the extra deck to the graveyard, namely this one, so you can actually get a search off, and use your life points as a resource. Don't be too stingy, to take a hit. If you're going to get OTK, chances are it's not really going to matter for you. Continuing on, the Incantation Engine. I would have liked to have put a third. Again, couldn't justify it. Really, really, really helpful for this type of a deck. Ritual decks are not the best in the game, I know that, but with this small engine, 2 of each, it's everything that you pretty much need. Everything that you really need to play a ritual deck, play this variation of the incantations. It's really the best that you can actually go for. I can't justify placing a third or even just one. This is probably a very good balance as it is. And last 2 cards for the monster lineup. It could be any hand trap you want. I wanted to place this one. I don't have Ash Blossoms on hand. Who knows, maybe they got stolen or I lost them. But if you want, play Ash Blossoms, but for this type of deck, I would rather go with the Droll and Lockbird. That's pretty much it for the monsters. 1 Pre-Preparation of Rites, and again, glad we got these back at 3. Preparation of Rites, 3 of them. Basically get your ritual monsters in your hand as soon as possible. This one has an interesting twist to it. This one will not work with the Nekroz cards. It only works for the Demise and Ruin. Trade in, because you still technically have a lot of level 8s, and if you don't want to have Valkyris and you can't dish his effect, you can't draw cards, it's an alternate way of actually getting what you need just in time. 2 the Melody of Awakening Dragons for your Blue Eyes engine. 2, that's all you need. Nekroz Cycle, don't play Mirror, love to, I don't have the room. And 3 Kaleidoscope. Most people will not play this. I think it's a terrible mistake for them not to play this. Use your extra deck as much as you can, because ritual monsters, let's face it, going into Link Summon is not exactly that easy. And unfortunately, this card will not work with any of these. Same thing with Chaos Form. Unfortunately, you have to draw this. I would like to use Advanced Ritual Art, but again, you can't really use it, and plus with only 1 Blue Eyes, it's just not going to work, so just 1. That's all you need. Cycle of the World, just like End of the World, this card I'm pretty sure will work on these 2 cards, and I've tested it out on Dawn of a New Era, a computer game, so chances are that's why I can only justify only 1 of these. I would have liked to have placed 3, but again, it just wouldn't work. So 2 Cycle of the World, that's it. I would have liked to have placed another Chaos form in the deck, but again, you can't really search for it, so it's kind of pointless. Moving on to the extra deck. Triple Herald of the Arc Light. Whatever you do, don't take this out. Don't limit this to like 2 or 1, unless assuming if you're going to use the Gildagra and the Kaleidoscope combination. Basically, dish this off, and chances are you can use this to get a unicorn on the field relatively easy. It's a nice little way to get yourself out of a bind. Stardust Charge Warrior, again, for the Kaleidoscope. Level 6 for Bionic. Stardust for 2 Ritual Monsters. You can use this for Colossalus and Unicorn. Level 9, Level 11, Level 12. Again, all for the Kaleidoscope. Can't really go into this sort of thing. These are not meant for anything else aside from just that one card. Or unless you want to use the Gildagra. Okay, I'll put this up here for you, make it easier for you. Going to the XE plays. Your Galaxy Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon, Cypher Blade Dragon, so you can overlay onto this one. For big boss monsters, you know, a 4000 beat stick, that's really something that you're going to need. Whatever you do, whatever card you do pick out, especially for this, do not ditch this card out. You need this to negate your opponent's spell cards. Really helpful. Now here's something interesting. I don't play Manju or much level 4s, but your Utopia package. There are the rare instances like 1 or 2 out of 10 duels that I may actually have that I may need to go into this, and surprisingly, this was actually a lot more helpful than I originally realized. I just put this on the whim. I don't have the other Utopia. Like I said, I don't know if I lost it or whatever happened to it. And for the final card, just 1 Link Karibo to protect your cards. It's something added in addition. I wouldn't really say this is anti-Link, of course not, considering you have this, but ritual decks are not something that are easily you can manipulate in terms of going into a Link summon. And if you do want to Link summon, go for a Boar Load, and I would have to suggest that you place this card in. And having said that, tokens, why not show them off, right? Show them off. Easy way to go into a Link summon. Too bad you can't play 3 Scapegoats, but can't be helped. And for the last bit of this video, I'm going to show, it's just a side deck. You know, something simple, something easy. Danko Sekka, really helpful. Additional hand traps. If you don't really want to use this card, you can always use another Ash or something else that'll help you, assuming if you want to play 3. Honest, there are incantations that are light monsters and you need to protect them because a lot of times you're going to special summon them or even just normal summon them, and if they are light, you really want to make sure that you protect them just in case. Really would have liked to have put a Trish inside the deck, but I couldn't justify it. Just there was no room. Same thing, another Blue Eyes card. This is really good. There was off chances where I use this. And the old Demise, the old end of the world. Pre-preparation of rights will work on this one along with the other one I showed you. Twin Twister, this card should have been in the main deck, but it just wouldn't work. It's kind of a shame, but there's nothing that can be done about it. Again, no room. For your water monsters, for Kaleidoscope, for Colossalus, and, you know, 1 simple trap card, Solemn Judgment. I don't really play that many trap cards. I would like to, but I haven't really played too many of them aside from Paleozoic in like 10 years. I haven't played any other really all that much trap cards. Paleozoic maybe just recently. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. If you like what you see, please do stick around. There's many more deck profiles to come in the future, especially with Demise and Ruin. And please rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.